Yeah, good morning. In the last class, we discussed bistable multivibrator. The bistable multivibrator has two stable states. It has no quasi-stable state or semi-stable state. We discussed clearly about the bistable multivibrator, circuit diagrams, waveforms in the last class. Now, in this class, we are going to discuss about the monostable multivibrator. Recap. We know bistable multivibrator has two stable states. Working of bistable multivibrator with its waveforms. Objectives. Upon the completion of this topic, students would be able to understand circuit description of monostable multivibrator, working of monostable multivibrator, applications of monostable multivibrator. So after completion of this period, you would be able to understand a clear idea of the monostable multivibrator. It is right. Monostable multivibrator. The monostable multivibrator has one stable state and one quasi-stable state. Monostable means mono means one. The monostable has one stable state and one quasi-stable state or semi-stable state. The multivibrator has one stable state and one quasi-stable state. The multivibrator remains in stable state forever until unless trigger pulse is applied. It do not enters into the quasi stable state. Suppose if don't apply any trigger pulse, the multivibrator remains in stable state only. If we apply trigger pulse to the monostable multivibrator, it enters into the quasi stable state. It remains in quasi stable state for small duration of time. After that time, it enters into the stable state again without giving any trigger pulse. It means to enter into quasi stable state, trigger pulse is required. To enter into quasi stable state to stable state, no trigger pulse is required. Circuit diagram of monostable multivibrator. This is the circuit shown here. Let us study circuit details. This is the circuit diagram of monostable multivibrator. The circuit has two transistors, Q1 and Q2. And these two transistors has cross coupling from one to another. Here the output of transistor Q2 is given to the input of transistor Q1 through resistor R1, and Output of transistor Q1 is given to the input of transistor Q2 through capacitor C. And resistor RC1, RC2 and R provided for biasing. And minus VBB is given to the resistor R2. With this, the transistor Q1 remains in off state and Q1 remains in on state. This state is called as stable state. Circuit description. The two transistors Q1 and Q2 should be of the same specifications. RC1 and RC2 are collector load resistances of Q1 and Q2. The values of RC1 and RC2 are same. C and R2 are used for cross coupling. The feedback elements of Q2 and Q1 respectively. R1 is used to provide the required bias to the base of transistor Q2. VCC is the collector supply voltage and VBB is the bias voltage. circuit operation. When the supply voltage are applied to the circuit, VCC provides the necessary bias to the base of transistor Q2 through resistance R1. So the transistor Q2 goes into saturation, VCE sat, that is Q2 goes to on state. Minus VBB provides negative bias to the base of the transistor Q1 through resistance R3. This makes the transistor Q1 into off state. Note: whenever the circuit is switched on, the transistor Q2 goes to on state and the transistor Q1 into off state due to the circuit design. This is called initial stable state. It is not because of the imbalance of transistors Q1 and Q2 that Q2 is on. With Q2 on, VC2 equal to VC sat, VB2 equal to VB sat. Here VC1 is the voltage at collector Q1, it should be here, and VC2 is the voltage at collector Q2. With Q2 on, Vc2 equal to Vc sat, Vb2 equal to Vb sat, Q1 is off. Vc1 equal to Vcc minus drop across Rc1. Vb1 equal to Vc sat into R3 by R2 plus R3 plus minus VBB by R2 minus VBB R2 by R2 plus R3, which is equal to less than 0. Therefore, VB1 equal to VB cutoff. The circuit will continue in this state until a negative triggering pulse to the collector or positive triggering pulse to the base of Q1 is applied. Let us negative triggering pulse of sufficient amplitude be applied to the collector of Q1. It makes the base of Q2 less forward biased, hence its collector current decreases and its collector voltage Vc2 rises and is coupled to the base of Q1 through resistor R2. This increased voltage Vc2 makes the base of Q1 more positive. Now the transistor Q1 is on and its collector current increases. This action is cumulative and ends with Q1 conducting at saturation and Q2 cut off. But the multivibrator cannot stay in this state indefinitely, and hence this state is called quasi-stable state. The time period T of quasi-stable state is termed as delay time. Depends on capacitance C and resistance R1 values. It may also be known as pulse width or gate. T equal to 0.69 R1C. The voltages of Q1 and Q2 during the quasi-stable state are Q1 on, for Q1 on, Vc1 equal to Vc sat, Vb equal to Vb sat, when Q2 is off, Vc2 equal to Vcc minus Ic2 Rc2. Vb2 values depends on the capacitance discharging. During this state, capacitor C finds a discharging path through R1 and Q1. The discharging of capacitance C decreases the reverse bias on Q2, that is VB2, V cut in. When VB2 greater than V, that is cut in voltage, Q2 starts conducting. It drives the transistor Q1 towards cutoff. Regenerative action begins, which ultimately turns Q2 to saturation, and Q1 to off, returning the multivibrator to its initial stable state or its original state. It remains in this state till another trigger pulse is applied. Waveforms of monostable multivibrator. Here VB2 waveform of base of transistor Q2, VC2 waveform of transistor Q2 at collector, VB1 waveform of transistor at base. VC1, it is waveform of transistor Q1 at collector. For VB2, if transistor Q2 is on, it gives VB sat value. If VB2, if Q2 is off, it gets minus VCC at base of the transistor Q2. Again, whenever Q2 is on, so input voltage, its output voltage or VBE becomes VB sat value. For VC sat, it is of transistor Q2. If transistor Q2 is on, output is VC sat. If Q2 is off, output is VCC. Here for VB1, it is VBA cutoff for Q1. Whenever Q1 is on, it is VB saturation. For VC1, if Q1 is off, the voltage is VCC, or it can be called as a VCC minus IC1 RC1. Q1 is on, its output is VC sat. This is waveforms of monostable multivibrator. For everywhere one transistor is off, another transistor is on. Whenever Q1 is off, Q2 is on. Whenever Q1 is on, Q2 is off. So there are stable state, it enters into the quasi-stable state. Again it enters into the stable state. Applications of monostable multivibrator. It is used as gating circuit. It is used in delay circuits. Summary. This multivibrator has one stable state and it can retain in this stable state permanently. When a suitable external trigger is applied, the output of multivibrator changes from stable state to quasi-stable state and stays for duration t equal to 0.69 R1C. After this duration, the multi switches back to the initial stable state on its own. that is without any external triggering. Quiz. Bistable multivibrator has two quasi-stable state, two stable state, one stable state, one stable state and one quasi-stable state. So bistable multi has two stable state. Option B is the right answer. Two stable state. Second one. The time period of a monostable multivibrator is given by T equal to 0.69 RC, T is equal to 0.69 RC1 plus RC2, T equal to 1.44 RC1C. None of these. Answer is T equal to 0.69 RC. Option A is the right answer. Frequently asked questions. Explain the working of monostable multivibrator. Draw the waveforms of monostable multivibrator. List the applications of monostable multivibrator. These are the frequently asked questions. So we discussed frequently asked questions, some quiz points, we discussed summary points, applications, and waveforms of monostable multivibrator. Both waveforms, one is at collector waveform and base waveform of both the transistors Q1 and Q2. We discussed operations of circuit diagram. So all this we discussed. So in the next class we discuss next topic.